So we continue from where we stopped. So as I've said, dehydration means happens when the body loses more fluid than it takes in. So when we sweat, we lose fluid. When we vomit, we lose fluid. When we have diarrhea, we lose fluid. When we have fever, we lose fluid. When we have poor water intake, we lose fluid. So these are what? That means the body is not getting enough. As we have said, dehydration means when the body is not getting, it's losing more than it's getting. It doesn't mean that the body is not getting, but it's losing more than it's getting. Or the body is not getting up to what it should be getting. It may not be losing much or losing at all like that. We all lose fluid because of urination, when we urinate, or when we defecate. So that means the body. So when it comes to dehydration, it's either the body is not getting enough, or is losing more than it's losing. It's losing more than it should be losing. So it's just need understanding. Remember, dehydration means body is losing more than it should be losing. It doesn't mean that the body should not be losing fluid. The body should be losing fluid, but it should not be more than what it should be losing. So dehydration is that means the body is losing more than it is losing. That dehydration means the body is losing more than it should be losing, or the body is not getting up to what it should be getting, while still losing what it should be losing. Just what it is. We continue. We've got a picture here. So this picture of this gentleman here is this is our treatment, Bodyland, unlocking the sacred mystery of body, soul, and spirit, powered by Medicsimplified. So if you look at this picture, let me zoom it in. Say inside Bodyland, fluid keeps the city running. When the fluids are low, operations slow down. Yeah, our body works of water. In fact, 70 to 80% of your body is made up of what? Water. Yeah, 70% to 80% of your body is made up of what? Water. Even 70 to 80% of the world itself is made up of what? Water. So fluid keeps the city running. When fluid are when fluid are low, operations slow down. I'm talking about the image here. This is what I'm talking about here. So the causes of dehydration. Hydration is not just about thirst. It is about helping the body function properly. So some of the causes here. Say lack of fluid, yes. I mean, as I've said, the person is not getting enough, or excessive strength, that means person is losing a lot, or illness. When someone is sick, the person is losing a lot of fluid. The person is not even taking enough food. Food contains water. Talk less of taking water. When someone is sick, they lack appetite. They can't eat. They don't want to eat. We've all been there. We've all been sick one way or the other. So it's part of the process of life. So when someone is sick, as we have been there before, with what? We don't want to eat. We don't want to eat. And that means, and food contains water, and we don't want to drink. So that's why it can be causes of dehydration. This thing just requires you to understand, not just garbage in, garbage out. That's a nurse that doesn't understand maybe the cause of dehydration. When his patient is sick and patient is not really. So when you have a patient that is sick and is not taking food and is not drinking, this thing should be ringing your brain. Oh, this patient may become dehydrated. And when someone is dehydrated, the person can go into, can cause a lot of things in the body. You got what I'm saying? So, and it can affect a lot of every aspect of the body. Can cause a lot of disease condition, a lot of multi-organs disruption, all those conditions. We talk about them later. Say under contribute factor, certain medication, yes, medications like all these dehydration, all these like water peas, all these we talk about them later. All these are what they call them diuretics. We have the loop diuretics, we have the all those thiazides, all those spironolactone, all those stuff. They works on the kidney. Kidney is the it's like water treatment plan of the body. Water treatment plan of the body is kidneys help to regulate the water balance. It contributes to the water balance of the body. Kidney produce urine that you and I are released from our body because we don't need them. So kidney is like a sieving machine that sieves, that keeps water that needs to be kept, and that release the water that needs to be released, because all what is going through our body, all of them cannot stay in our body. So that our body take part of them to use immediately, store some, discard some. That is just it. The same thing in life. Not every information that you acquire that you use. You take some information in, you discard some, and you keep some. Life is governed by principle. That is life for you. So certain medications I've said, like spironolactone, water piece, all this stuff. It started happening to all these patients. Sometimes all these are having heart failure problem. They can give them some medication that works, that water piece. So because if they reduce the water component, if they use those water piece, it reduces the blood volume, then the heart will not able to be pumping too much, and they'll be fine. They will not be having congestive heart failure, all this stuff, or kidney patient that are finding it difficult to excrete because their kidney is already shutting down. So they place them on water piece, but it can predispose them to what? To be treated, because the water piece, what those medications like furosemide, what reduces the fluid volume of the body. Can you see that's one of the problems for pharmacology? As we're trying to solve a problem, we cause another problem. That's why we need to stay healthy, to keep our body healthy. Because when it comes to us taking medication, the part is I'm a student of science. The best thing is to not to even get to the aspect of taking medication. But if we get there, if we are able to stick with our drug regimen, we'll be fine. But the best is not to even get there. Certain medical conditions, yes, can cause dehydrations. Dehydration affects every system in Bodyland. When I say Bodyland means human body. That's just my, our brand something. So as a Bodyland council, can you see it? Understand why, applies it in real life, grow together. That's just about that. Is it? Sorry, it's medical condition. Yeah, just remember something now. There's this topic I love when I was in nursing school. Dehydration. Yeah, some medical conditions. Yeah, just remember now. Like diabetes mellitus, when I was diabetics, they lose fluid. Yeah, they lose fluid because you know what? So in diabetics, there's too much of blood sugar in the bloodstream, and the kidney will say that why are we having a lot of blood sugar in the bloodstream? Okay, the kidney will try to say what? And this person is trying to. And the person is when the person diabetic, they take a lot of water. Those water, because the body think they are not getting enough. But meanwhile, the issue is not that they are not getting enough. The issue is that they are having too much blood sugar because there's too much solute, there's too much solid, and when there's solid attracts liquid. You understand what I'm saying? Solid attracts liquid. So that's why, because that sugar is supposed to be in the bloodstream, but if someone is having diabetic, there's so much sugar. So the body is saying, test. So when they are tested, they take more water, diluting those sugar, excreting those excess sugar out of the body. That's why you see they have sugar in their bloodstream. But in that process of diluting those sugar and urinating, cause having polyuria, polydysphagia, polyphagia, all those poly something, the body is losing fluid. That's how they can be dehydrated. Another one is this thing, this disease condition, what are they calling it? I forgot this thing. They take a lot of drinks throughout the day. It's an endocrine disorder. I remember now. Diabetes insipidus. Diabetes insipidus, when there's dysregulation in the pituitary gland. At the back of the pituitary gland, we have two parts: the anterior and the posterior. The posterior part produces this thing called ADH and oxytocin. ADH is antidiuretic hormone. So when there is antidiuretic hormone, is a hormone that does not want our body to lose water. Anti against diuresis. Anti means against. Diuresis means water. So it's against water. The antidiuretic hormone makes our body to conserve water. It doesn't like us to lose water. That's the way God does it. Our body is like a bim-bam balance. It's like a balance. Lose gain, balance. So when it comes to so in that diabetic insipidus, they loses too much water because they don't have ADH, or the ADH is low. ADH is antidiuretic hormone. So that's how medical condition can cause diabetes, can cause dehydration. Blah 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 blah. We talked a lot about this. Yeah, I think that is just all for now. Yeah, thank you very much. That is all for now. Please feel free to ask your questions and ask questions, your observations. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye for now.